They didn't threaten me when I married him. They welcomed me, and that was worse. I thought marrying into a powerful family would mean money, influence, maybe a little ego. I didn't expect silence to become a weapon. From the start, everything felt too smooth. The wedding venue was booked without paperwork. Vendors nodded and said yes before I finished sentences. When I asked how much things cost, my husband told me not to worry about numbers. After we moved to his hometown, I noticed people already knew my name. Not in a friendly way. In a careful way, conversation stopped when I walked into rooms. Smiles appeared too fast and vanished just as quickly. I tried to make friends, but invitations were always postponed, plans cancelled last minute. When I asked my husband if he noticed, he said I was imagining things and kissed my forehead like I was a child. The first night I really felt afraid was when the power went out in our house. Every house on the street went dark except ours. I stood at the window watching neighbors light candles while our lights stayed on, steady and bright. My phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number that only said, "We take care of our own." I didn't tell my husband. I told myself it was a coincidence. Then I found a folder on his computer labeled with my full name. I didn't open the folder right away. I waited 3 days, pretending nothing was wrong, smiling at dinners, nodding along while his parents talked about community responsibility. When I finally opened it, my hands shook so badly I had to sit down. Inside were documents, screenshots, timelines. My job history. Old medical records. Private messages I'd sent years before we met. Notes labeled stress triggers and compliance indicators. This wasn't curiosity. It was surveillance. I confronted my husband that night. He didn't deny it. He looked tired. He said the family believed in preparation. In control. He said everyone connected to them was documented, just in case. When I asked what just in case meant, he told me I was getting emotional and needed to calm down. Over the next weeks, small punishments followed every question I asked. My credit card declined once at a cafe. My boss called me into her office and asked if everything was okay at home. A doctor appointment was cancelled without explanation. When I tried to visit my parents, my flight was mysteriously rebooked for the following week. I started writing things down, hiding notes in a book. One morning, the book was gone. In its place was a handwritten note on the nightstand. You don't need proof when you're safe. That's when I understood the rules. They didn't cage people. They softened them until leaving felt impossible. I stopped resisting. I apologized. I played the role they wanted. I praised the family in public and stayed quiet in private. Meanwhile, I planned slowly. I memorized schedules. I learned which favors were unpaid. When my husband left for a conference overseas, I didn't pack a suitcase. I took only what I could carry without being noticed. I left my phone behind. I used cash. I didn't look back. The divorce papers came weeks later, clean and uncontested. No threats. No contact. I thought that meant I was free. Then I received an email from an address I didn't recognize. No greeting. No signature. Just a sentence. We're glad you're choosing stability. I live under a different name now. I don't post photos. I don't share locations. Sometimes I still lower my voice when I talk about them, even though no one around me knows who they are. Because when you survive a family like that, you learn something terrifying. Power doesn't need chains. It just needs patience.